What's going on, guys? So as you can see, we have a lot of stuff on this board. This is my current split that I'm running. The big things that you'll see is at the top we have a push day, pull day, leg, and an arm. So 4-day split right now. And for the exercises, I'm going to go through them real quick with you. But for the most part, this is the idea when it comes to the rep range and the rep scheme. The exercises may change on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis. And I'll go through it a little bit more. So 4-day split, and sometimes it's an off day after that, or sometimes I'll run it through again. Currently, I'm doing 6 days a week. I'm taking Mondays off because of work. So depending when the day lands, I don't have specific days I run it. So, my push day doesn't start on Monday every week or Tuesday. It's wherever it lands. So day one is push. So when I'm talking about push, that is pressing work, okay? So pressing work could be horizontal press, overhead press, and any of the accessory muscles that you use. So it's primarily chest, front delt, and some shoulder. You maybe get a little lateral delt, but mostly chest, front delt, and then some triceps. So first exercise that we do is a incline dumbbell press. I like starting with incline dumbbell. I've been on a dumbbell thing lately because of the shoulder issues I've had. We're going 4 to 6 sets, and we do a pyramid style. So 15, 12, 10, 8, and then back up to 15. So the weight will increase as you go. Okay? Second, bench press. I start bench press second. I'm not focusing on pure strength right now. I try to go heavy with the dumbbells, try to go heavy with the other stuff. But I like doing the dumbbells first. It fatigues me a little bit, but what it does for me is gets a lot of blood into my shoulders and loosens it up. So that helps me out. Next, we go into overhead. So primary movement, incline dumbbell, hitting more of the upper chest. Bench press, you get a lot of the horizontal, lower mid chest, and then we go overhead press, which is going to be more of a shoulder exercise. We don't go pyramid style on this. We pick a weight, 4 sets, 10 reps on there. You can do an Arnold press, where is that up in rotation, or you can do a standard overhead dumbbell, or even like a hammer strength overhead. So you can mix and match those, but that's kind of the setup right on that. Next, we're going for the thickness of the chest, which is a cable fly or a pec deck. So when you're doing a cable fly, that squeezing motion is going to get that thickness of the chest, that thickness in the middle, okay? Then we're going to kind of taper off chest work and overhead work. We're going to go into a front raise, which is going to be more of the front delt. So like I said, when you're going overhead press, you're getting front delts to hit. When you're getting, just pressing work in general, incline, you get some front delts to work. So we're just kind of finishing those front delts off with the front raise, 4 by 12 to 15 reps. And then finally, usually I'll throw in like one exercise to try. Sometimes I won't. And that's just a basic tricep extension. It could be a rope, it could be a press down. It's whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, day 2, pull day. I always start with pull-ups. Best exercise for lat development, building a wide back in my opinion. Depending how big you are, if you can't do your body weight pull-ups, get a band, get some kind of cable assisted pull-up, anything like that. If you're banging out 25 to 30 of them, weight them. So I do 4 sets to failure. Usually it's somewhere between 12 and 15 reps. I take my time, control them, not using a lot of momentum. Cable row is number 2. So on the back split, we're doing a horizontal row and a vertical pull. So vertical pull means pulling down, lat pull down, pull-ups. That's lats. That's the width of the back. Cable row is the thickness of the back, okay? So cable row, 4 by 15, 12, 10, 8. So we build up on there. So we're going for a little bit heavier, going for some strength. Like I said, we're alternating. So what we're going to do next is hammer strength pull down. So that's what I've been doing a lot of. The hammer strength lat pull down. So pull up first, horizontal row with the row. Now we're going back to lats. I use the same scheme, the 15, 12, 10, 10. And I like the hammer strength where you plate load it. If you've never used the hammer strength equipment, it's the plate loaded equipment, not the cable equipment. And sometimes I just like the better feel. Some days I'll do a normal lat pull down or a close grip lat pull down. Like I said, these are just like my template that I use. You can switch the lat pull down for a cable pull down and underhand pull down. Mix and match it. Just more of a preference. Now we're going to hammer strength row. So again, hitting that horizontal row, going for the thickness of the back, and using that same idea. I like starting high rep and increasing the weight each time. So it's not staying the same weight for 4 by 15, 12, 10, 8. You want to increase the weight as the reps go down. And then Also, because we're working everything on the backside, that's what pull day is. We're going to go into shrugs, which is 4 sets of 12 to 15. Really trying to shrug it up, squeeze, control it. Don't throw 400 pounds on there if you can't shrug and hold for a split second. Shrugs, to build big traps, you have to shrug the weight. You have to hold it for a millisecond. Hold and squeeze, hold and squeeze. Really control the weight. And then lastly, we do lateral raises. Again, focusing on the lateral delt because it is a pull day and a lot more laterals get hit. That's what's going to develop that width of the shoulder, those lateral raises. So I throw them in, every time I do a pull day. Okay, day 3, we're going to go into legs. Now, my typical leg workout is a little bit different than most people for the reason that I don't start with squats anymore. I'm just going through a phase right now where I'm not focusing on pure strength. I'm trying to get as much size in my legs as possible. I'm trying to hypertrophy them, make them grow. So I think the best thing for me to do is to get the quads and hamstrings activated and get a lot of volume and reps into them. So I like starting with leg extensions and then hamstring curls. Sometimes lately I've been doing hamstring curls first, then leg extensions. And this is the crazy part. I do 5 to 10 sets each of 10 reps. Sometimes I'll get 5-6 sets and I feel like my legs are smoked. Sometimes it takes longer for me to warm up, and usually I pick around the same weight to stay the entire time. It really depends. Some days I need more, some days I want more. So you're doing sometimes up to 100 reps on leg extension and hamstring curl, which is a lot. So if you're not used to doing that kind of volume, definitely go towards the 5-set range. Now this is where I go into the squats. Lately I've been doing a lot of hack squats. Or squatting to a box sometimes, but I'll do some version of a squat, and it's 5 sets, 10 reps. Find a weight that works for you. That doesn't include your warm-up sets, so build up to a weight that's comfortable, get 5 sets of 10. Your legs should start to feel pretty smoked at this point, and then at this point we're going to go into a step back lunge. This has become my favorite exercise to do at the end of the workout. Either a barbell or dumbbell. If you're going to go dumbbells, put them right to the side and you're stepping back, keeping a lot of the weight on the quad as we do this. You're going to get a stretch in the glutes and hamstrings no matter what, but we're getting a lot on the quad. So I've been doing barbell lately. You can load up a lot more weight, hang on to more weight. So you can do either one, just a preference. And we're going to alternate those, 4 sets of 10 each leg. And then the final thing we're going to do is calves. Can't forget about those calves. So we are going to do 5 sets, 12 to 15. So really control it down, squeeze at the top. Everyone says they can't get calves. They take time, but you have to control the weight. It's heavy as you can go, 12 to 15 reps, squeezing at the top, stretching at the bottom. The final thing, what we're going to do is arms, okay? So arm day is one of my favorite days to do. It's any guy's favorite day to do, I feel like. I've always lacked arm size, in my opinion, so I put a day specifically for it. I can just crush them. And so arm day, I do typical, there's nothing fancy here. I do a lot of basic stuff. Is standing dumbbell curl. We alternate 5 sets of 10. It's usually a 10, 10, 10, 8, 12. So I try to build up and then come back down in the weight. Then we do like a little V-bar bent press down. Same concept, the 5 by 10, 10, 10, 10, 8, 12. And then finally, we're going to do the bent bar cable curl. So it's that little like bent V-bar, and we'll curl up. And I like using some cables because you can really get a good contraction with it. And then single arm rope extensions, that little rope you can squeeze. I used one side of it and do a single arm extension with it. I feel like it really, really gets a good contraction in the tricep. And then we'll go, so what we'll do is, we can bench is flat. We'll incline it up and then lay right back on it. This is where you got to keep the weight down. Most people go way too heavy with this. I use anywhere from like 25 to 30s max. And just control on the way up, squeeze, stretch down. Stretch, squeeze, repeat 10 to 12 reps. And then finally, I like single arm stuff. I feel like you can balance each arm very well. So I do a single arm tricep extension. So this is my 4-day split, guys. What I'll do is I'll run this right through back. So most of the time I'm getting like twice a week in on most of the stuff. Some days I take this 4th day, the arm day, out if my biceps and triceps are sore from the beginning of the week, and I just bring it through again. So these 3 are my must hits. This is like a day that usually hits, but sometimes it doesn't. So, I'd say 3 out of the 4 weeks that arm will hit. But this is the split, guys. Give it a shot. I'm going to put a picture also so you can get a good look at it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give the workout a shot. I know a few guys have been asking what my current workout is, so if you have any questions, please shoot me a message or comment down below. If you like the workout, please give me a like and hit that subscribe button, guys. Thanks.